All right, and here we are with lights, camera, wrestling. I am Oz the Alchemist,
And it's your girl Lola Love.
and you know how we start this off. How was your week?
It was pretty chill. It was pretty chill. I have no complaints. The weather got better and it snowed today.
Momentarily,
But yeah,
that's
Friday's
how
weather
Chicago is.
amazing. So yeah, I hate it so bad. It's like spring and wintertime. It's like trying to get rid of that ex that won't leave you alone and they won't take no for an answer. Like, bro, we done. Cuddle season is over with. It's gonna get hot out. Like I gotta be outside. So
Yep,
yeah, they don't want to let you go, man. But how was your week?
my week, it was pretty good. I ain't got no complaints for real.
Oh,
With everything, with the weather being how it was, everything was cool. Life got a little better. My shoulders better.
great. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, everything's just good. And
Awesome.
with that being said, how did you feel about Monday overall? Before we jump into each little section, how did you feel about it overall?
You know what? I loved it. I don't have any complaints about Monday. I feel like they touched base on what needs to be touched base on. Um, they gave us just enough, not too much. Then they gave us something even bigger, and then it was kind of like a cliffhanger, like, whoa, what does this mean? Where is it taking us? Like, so I'm I'm cool with how Raw went. I thought Raw was great.
Okay, so to kick it off, it was Jay Uso versus Grayson Waller.
Hmm.
At this point, let them boys go, or let them split up so that one of them can have a career. Because at this point, I feel like you just burying. I can't remember what they name is, what they tag team name is.
Oh, um,
A Town
um,
Down Under.
A-Tail Down Under.
Yeah,
Yes.
because at this point, I feel like you just burying them because they losing everywhere.
I mean, yeah, yeah. And I really like them. I really do. I love them individually. I love them as a tag team. Like they're arrogant, but they're good in the ring, and then they look good, but then they're a-holes, and it's like they could benefit as a team. I wish they would just give them the push that they need for it instead of just making them look like they're great on the mic. I give them that. They're great at stirring up stuff and getting their opponent riled up off the slick stuff that they're saying. And they're even good in the ring to me. But then they end up getting beat up, or one of them ends up hitting the other one, and now they're looking at each other. Clearly, it's been some riffraff, and they're showing that they're going to split them up at some point because there's been too much going on, especially when they went over to NXT and had to fight Oba for the championship. I don't know how they thought that was going to go. Great match, but at the same time, it's like,
Yeah,
what
Oba
does
Femi
that do
wasn't
for
giving
them
that
as a
up.
tag team? Eh, Hell no, he wasn't giving that up, and he didn't need to give it up. He deserves his title. But what benefit did that do them as a tag team? So
Nothing whatsoever.
yeah, I mean, at first I was thinking maybe it's to give Oba a little shine or a push or whatever, but he doesn't need it. And quite frankly, putting them over at NXT, and that's not to diminish anything from NXT. I love the superstars there; they work really hard, but I feel like that's kind of beneath them. They've done that
It is.
and they've made names for themselves over on the main roster. Just they're not marketing them properly and giving them that push that they need. It's like,
Hey,
yeah, they held the
you
tag
keep
team
talking.
titles,
I'm
but
gonna go turn them. I'm gonna turn the light on to make sure that this ain't too dark. So, but you keep going.
it's like I love them as a tag team. They had the tag team titles at some point, but then they lost them. I don't really understand what the purpose of having them together is right now. I think they need to break up now before they really just diminish both of their credibility in their characters, and even their pool with some of the crowd members.
Cause like I
They're
told you,
awesome talent, but. I feel like at some point now they're being pushed aside, or they're just leaving the memory of just fans. I mean, nobody, there's no excitement with them anymore. I love the Grayson Waller effect, the talk show or whatever. It was catchy, it was funny. They get out there, they talk trash or whatever. But I feel like they kind of missed the ball with the way they were supposed to market them as a tag team.
Yeah, honestly, like I was saying, like at this point, break them up because they're a joke. That all you're doing is burying them
Hmm.
further, and both of them are
Yeah.
incredibly talented, but
Hmm.
you're burying the hell out of them. They're not doing anything
Yeah.
like other than being a joke, unless that's like literally going to be their thing for a minute. Like, yeah, we're the guys that can't win, and then they win exponentially at something. So if that's the case, then I guess I'll take it. However,
Hmm.
they could be doing so much more.
When they were going with the angle with trying to get Austin Theory to see that Grayson Waller was using him, I was rocking with that. I messed with that, like for real. It was like, okay, they're gonna break them up. He's gonna, Austin Theory is gonna grow a backbone and realize, hey, he is using me a little bit or whatever, and turn on him. But I thought this is what they were doing. I still think that's what they're trying to do. Because again, when they were over at NXT, the words that were being exchanged between the two. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Just a little bit of technical difficulties. So now we back.
Yes.
Yeah, I think yeah. So basically, we both saying that they need to do something better with both of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then
For sure.
So Jay won. Then Gunther comes out, chokes him out. I don't really want to see that for the next couple of weeks. I don't want to see Jay getting jumped by Gunther for the next 4 or 5 weeks. Like they need to come at it from another angle, or Jay just or it's going back and forth and they messing up each other's matches until WrestleMania.
It's too predictable at this point. You do something else. I mean, like I said, every time that happens, I'm like, Jay, did you at least pinch the bitch? Like you didn't grab his hair, you didn't do nothing. Like you just sitting there just taking it. At some point, hold your breath, pretend like you passed out, so he can think you passed out, and you get up and just get the wailing on him, something. Because I knew it. I said, he won the match, and I'm like, here comes Gunther any second now, and whoop, there he is. I said, what to tell you? What to tell you? I knew it. I knew he was gonna come out there and do it. I'm about sick of it. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, where's Otis and Alpha Academy? As many times as Jada came out there and helped defend y'all from getting whooped.
And
And then
they need to start stepping up too, because it's like y'all are a joke too at this point. Like y'all don't do nothing.
And I really like them. I
Yes,
really like them, but I don't like that either. Like, yeah, we were rooting for them to stand up to Chad Gable, and it finally happened. And the whole free Otis movement started happening, and now it's like, okay, y'all over with the crowd. Clearly, when y'all come out, they chant for y'all. Everybody likes y'all, but I'm gonna need y'all to do a little more. I mean, I know Otis is pretty much the muscle, uh, but Tozawa has a lot of heart, but I'm gonna need him to use his speed, his quickness, you
something.
know, something. And there's no excuse because look at Rey Mysterio. So it's really no excuse. Look at Dragon Lee. Like LWO, they're all little dudes, but
Yeah,
they quick and they can fight. So it's like, come on, man, you got to be able to do something. Like at this point, I know you don't know much about Attitude Era, but there was this wrestler and his name was Funaki.
oh
And
yeah,
Funaki,
I definitely ain't heard of him.
yeah, he was the first, I want to say, no, I don't want to say Tajiri, but he was a Japanese fighter, and he had a tag team partner. I'm just trying to remember his name. But I know that the name of the group was Kai and Tai. And they were really good, like really good. And then at some point they started using Funaki like he just get beats up. Like he had to gotta go out there and fight the big guys and he's getting tossed around and thrown. But to Jerry, you're not tossing around throwing to Jerry. That's where Asuka and Shinsuke get that miss from. That was to Jerry. He was the one that brought that up in there. After I think his name was Muna Mula, one of those names. But Tajiri is the one that really was like made it popular in the WWE. And it was always green mist. So it's not like they can't fight, but stop making Cesaro look like he's so dang weak. He can't do nothing. Maxine, I love her, but she's just on the sideline being pretty, and she's getting
Honestly,
better
yeah, she
in the ring. When they put her in
by
the ring,
leaps and
she's doing a
bounds.
little better. Yeah, she's doing better. She's getting tougher. I saw that at the Royal Rumble, and I was proud of her because she got some muscle. But stop making the group look so weak. Like that's annoying. I don't like it.
Um, yeah. So after that, there was the whole thing with Logan Paul, Andrew Schultz, and AJ Styles. They're setting up AJ Styles and Logan Paul for WrestleMania, which is going to be good because Logan is a great athlete and AJ
Mm-hmm.
Styles is a better athlete. Um, you know,
We just have
in
better
my own
athletes.
opinion, and AJ
Yeah.
Styles can do no wrong, so that was cool. Did you want to say anything about that, or
Um, I was a little shocked at that segment, and I don't know, somewhat disappointed just because they made Logan look weak. I don't like that. Logan has always, like you said, he's a great athlete. No matter how big you are, he's real good as far as like talking mess. But he gonna go out there and fight. And yeah, he got a little beat on by AJ Styles, but for him to just leave the ring like completely and AJ calling him out and saying stuff to him and Logan's like walking away with his tail tucked between his legs. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like it. But Logan is also a strategist. It's like I'm gonna make you think that I'm weak. I'm gonna make you think that I'm defeated. And best to believe tomorrow night he's gonna address it. He's either gonna snake AJ at some point and beat him down, or he's gonna
obviously?
call him out to the ring. But yeah, I think that's the ploy that was going along with that. Um, I didn't expect him to throw Schultz, from over the barricade. Didn't expect that at all. Um, but yeah, it was. You could tell that Schultz was having a time of his life being in there, and shoot, I know I would. I get to say I got beat on in a WWE ring, live television on Netflix by Logan Paul. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity there.
True. All right,
Yes,
then New Day and Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee had a match. And it got interrupted by somebody who was apparently not Chad Gable,
it
even though
was
we
not
know it
Chad
was Chad
Gable.
Gable.
It was not Chad Gable. We're not going to do that. We saw the evidence. It wasn't Chad. You know what? We can't go around accusing people. We can't do that. We can't. If we saw Chad Gable talking to Kathy, and we saw security with the culprit, it was a crazy fan.
Sure.
Like it was a
You
crazy
know,
fan that
you
just
can never just
recognized it.
take off a jacket and a mask and give it to somebody else to be a
I
patsy.
mean, how would you do that when security had him? I mean, they
I
got
mean,
him,
security caught him at some point.
and they got the right guy.
Sure, if you say so. I'm gonna let that
Chad is
go.
innocent. Chad is innocent. He did nothing but just mind his business backstage. He's watching the show.
Chad did plenty. Um,
Oh,
so Cody called out Cena to come. I'm gonna talk to him. I'm assuming at Belgium this week. I think that's where Raw is.
yep.
Um, so that was the first call out he did. Uh,
Hmm.
don't even really remember what he said. I just know that he's just saying, "Hey, show up so we can talk about how you punched me in my well." Travis Scott punched him in the eye, but like how you did me dirty.
Cena's gonna do things in his own timing. He doesn't work for Cody. He doesn't do things at Cody's time. Who does Cody think he is? This is your first round as champ. My man been doing this 16 times. He doesn't answer to you.
You
Who
might
the
as
hell do you think you are?
well be John Cena's wise woman or something, because
I might as well be. I've been that for 20 plus years since the fifth grade when he debuted. Like, no, who do you think you are, Cody? Like, no. Cody's killing me right now, and I'm gonna tell you why.
hold on,
I
let's
was
save it. 'Cause
all
let's save it because we got to talk about SmackDown. He was very vocal about his performance on SmackDown. So let's
yeah,
hold off
but
on that.
No, but I got to address him trying to go on Raw and who you think you calling out. Like that was just ridiculous. Like what? Then you want to tell the people he didn't want to be here with you guys. He said, "Who? You know what he had to do? You don't know what he had to do. You don't know what obligations he had. He probably couldn't make it, and you were just sitting out there like he chose not to be there. Now when he get there tomorrow night and start baking you, I'm gonna be just laughing, tears coming out my eyes because he really ticked me off both nights. I had to deal with him Monday and Friday. Cody, you'd have lost your rabbit tail mind. Somebody that really put some freaking Red Bull in his coffee because this mug think he got wings and he could just fly to whatever show he want to go to talk mess. I'm gonna need you to go sit down somewhere.
Well, all right.
Ugh.
So after
But yeah,
that,
we gonna get more to that.
Raquel and Bailey had a match. Uh,
Ugh. Yeah, uh-huh. And Raquel ended up winning
I
with
don't,
no help
I
from
don't,
Liv or Dom.
I don't. If anybody was going to win the Intercontinental title to make themselves bigger, I would have to give it to Raquel because she needs that. I know she has the tag team titles right now, but she needs a push in that direction if we're going to establish her as something bigger than she is. Because right now she ain't really got no presence other than being Liv Morgan's heavy.
Sidekick.
Yeah,
You're not even the heavy. You sidekick. The heavy don't get beat up. I mean, you what? Who are you? You're not even the person they're trying to represent her to be. You're supposed to be the intimidating factor, that one that steps up. You see how Piper Niven is when she's with Chelsea Green? That's presence. When they're talking, she step in front. Whoever's saying mess to Chelsea, they get quiet when Piper steps in front of Chelsea, and it's like, you know what? Take me on.
and
It's that.
Liv does be doing more than Raquel. Like she
She Liv, to be completely honest, and I'm just gonna be completely honest, Liv didn't need a heavy. Liv built this whole different character and persona herself alone, way before she even started, being with the Judgment Day. She was making passes at Dom, but she master manipulated and did all of that, getting her way into the Judgment Day, taking away Dom, doing all of that, getting them the tag team titles back, her winning the women's world title on her own. She didn't need a heavy. Raquel needed Liv to stay
that's true.
relevant.
That's true.
And it's like I'm tired of them. Raquel is a good athlete, I'll give her that, but I believe that after her NXT run, she really started to plummet. They were putting her with these superstars. They saw her like on the rise, Liv being one of them, before Rhea put Raquel on the shelf as well as Liv on the shelf. So then she's back with the vengeance, with the revenge. Okay, if they were going to do that, they should have pushed that even more because of the history that Rhea and Raquel once had. They
Right.
used to be best friends, just like Liv and Rhea. If they kept just pushing Rhea and Raquel, but now they're at different spaces. Now Raquel is filled with anger and rage, like Liv once was on her revenge tour, but Liv is the champ now. So they should have did something with them two powerhouses, but they didn't. It just looked like every time Raquel comes out to Liv Morgan's music, Raquel is just standing there with those stupid glasses on, with her arms folded, while Liv is just shaking her little body on the side. Who are you? And I ain't gonna lie, this was the first match where I was actually invested in the match. I was actually paying attention. But to be completely honest, I was paying attention because of Bailey. But Raquel did good. Raquel did good. She didn't need Liv and Dom out there. I mean, I believe that she could have handled Bailey on her own, even though Bailey's a vet. I believe she could have handled her on her own. If she lost, okay, take that L. But I know the Judgment Day, they like to run in packs. They don't do anything by themselves because they want a guaranteed win. Sometimes it works, sometimes it backfires, and in this case, it worked. So yeah, she's the number one contender. And you know what? I'm cool with that because I'm not a fan of Lyra. I'm
No, I'm
just
not either.
and I'll give her she's good in the ring. Lyra can put on the show. I'll give her that because she's had good matches. Where I'm like. hey, this chick can fly and she can do all these, but
Where's her
one or
character?
two, yeah, a couple good matches, you're not getting it. You're still not drawing me in. It's still no mic work, no presence, no. Like you can't just be decent in the ring. You can't just be good in the ring. You need the whole package, and she doesn't have it. And to be completely honest, if they give it to Raquel, does she stand a chance of having that whole package, or does she stand, of at least building it? I think
I would say
maybe
Raquel
she
has a better
could.
chance
Yeah,
at it. Um,
yeah.
because
As far
now
as
she can.
personality wise.
Because if she takes on like this persona of, okay, I'm the Intercontinental Champion and the Women's Tag Team Champion, I'm better than
Hmm.
Liv at this point, and she starts doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. She starts smelling herself a little bit,
Yeah,
and it's kind of like when she said, "Raquel, Raquel, can you go get this?" And she looking at it like, "I'm the champ. I don't gotta, If they do that angle like that, I rock with that. I'm cool with that because at some point I believe the Judgment Day is going to disband.
yeah,
Speaking
they
of
have to.
that, as far as tomorrow night with Finn Balor and my boy Braun ain't giving up that title. I don't see it. The only way I see it is if the Judgment Day heavily and successfully interferes because Braun is really quick. And I see them trying to interfere and they're going to get speared and they're going to get bashed and smashed. And then here goes Finn once again blaming Dominic
Yeah,
for him not winning. Well, Dominic is the one that's actually getting, the man is out there getting people opportunities and
after
getting people
opportunities,
after opportunities, getting them championship matches after championship matches, and it's them that's fumbling. And he's right. When fans try to go off on him, he's like, "I got the match. It's not my fault. I can't make you win it."
and
So
then
it's
the
like
other
when
thing
he,
is, if they don't give it to Finn, what are you
uh
doing
huh,
with Finn? Because y'all have already
yeah,
decimated his
yeah,
finisher. Y'all have
yeah,
completely and utterly messed up his finisher. Y'all are supposed to
yeah,
protect people's finishes. He hit the coup de grace. I can't remember on who it was, but he hit it 3 times. I want to say it was on Gunther. He hit it 3 times and still lost. Or it was either him or Damian Priest. He hit the coup de grace 3 times. I counted. And he still lost. What are
you
y'all
hit
doing?
that, you hit that cootie catcher on me, and I'm out.
That is not what it's called. That is
What
not
it
what it's
is?
called.
That's not what it's called.
The coup de grace.
That's what I said.
That's not what you said.
What
But
I say?
either I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do this with you. But moving along, my favorite segment of the night came right after that match. It was Io, Bianca, and Rhea.
Let me just say, the women right now, they cooking. They
Oh,
really got
absolutely.
stuff going on. The men better pay attention and catch up because they're keeping. And then on top of that, women are able to channel those, and some of the men can do that too. Seth Rollins being one of them, CM Punk being one of them. Channel those real emotions and bring that out into their character and bring that out in front of everybody. And you just like, oh, this is really, really personal. So first of all, coming out there, and then I didn't really pay attention to it until I had to watch it again, and I had to really think about it. When Bianca showed up, and she's saying she tries to apologize to Rhea. Rhea wasn't trying to, hear it or whatever. Rhea comes out and she says, "What I've been thinking for some days. What was the reason of you being out there, Bianca? Like,
Look, man, she came.
and
Bianca
no,
came out
no,
there
no,
to
no,
see
no, no,
who she was gonna be
no, no, no,
fighting.
no, 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 no. What was the reason of you really just being out there? Because you already won. Okay, cool. The elimination chamber. You know you're going to WrestleMania. All right, understandable. But this is the championship match, and like I said before, her knowing that Rhea never beat Io and Rhea being your friend. I'm not going to be out there trying to cause some type of distraction because I know that my friend needs to focus. Because I
Okay,
guarantee you, no, 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 let me cook. Because I guarantee you, if it was before this whole thing happened with them, If it was Naomi, you wouldn't have been out there because it's kind of like, okay, my she got to stay focused. She got to go out there and do what she got to do. But in some weird way, I don't know. I'm just not. I'm not rocking with that, and I'm really trying to understand her saying, I want an elimination chamber. That's why I was out here." Nah, what was your reason? Because it's deeper than that, and I know that it's deeper than that. And I'm just gonna keep it 100. The reason why I say that, I watched Bianca's face once again during that match, and Rhea was giving it to Io. I mean, giving it to Io, and her strength, she's just tossing her. Like, yeah, Io has some little moves, but Rhea is more focused because she's like, I'm stronger, I'm wiser, I know what I need to do to beat you, and I need to use my strength. Bianca's face the whole time, she's throwing her around and beating her up. You sitting there like, oh, like, baby, you know that's gonna be you, low key. That could possibly be you at WrestleMania. So you knew what you were doing. You know how Rhea is as a person as far as her emotions go, and I don't know. I'm just not rocking with the whole
So
situation.
we
Just
going with
going
the
on.
assumption that basically Bianca was out there to potentially sabotage the match and try to rile up Rhea so that she will make a mistake. I am not of the same mindset. I think she went
Hmm.
out there because I need to know who I'm fighting at WrestleMania. So I'm gonna sit here because it's been done before. This ain't something new that people have just done. They want to see who they're going up against. So she sat there and she's cool with Io. I'm not necessarily sure how. Um, but she was like, yeah, she cheered for Io. She ain't got to
You
cheer
cheat.
for you, Rhea. She ain't. Nobody has to cheer for you. So
Nobody
whether
has
she
to
cheered or not,
cheat. They're friends. And Io is one of the people. First of all, you want to feel how you feel about Bailey. Like Io wasn't part of that same damage control group that was whooping on you for them years, and that's why you felt that way about Bailey. No, no,
either
Io
way,
was a part
either
of that.
way,
So
either
then you
way.
cheering her, but then you have
Let
no
me go.
respect
Let
for
me
Rhea.
go. Let me go because you went. So
Mm-hmm.
either way, she felt how she felt. She cheered for Io, and then Rhea got in her feelings, and she messed
Mm-hmm.
up, and she lost.
Mm-hmm.
So now you mad that you lost, and you want to blame somebody
Mm-hmm.
that you lost when you are the one that lost focus. Cause you could have paid attention. You ain't had to say nothing to Bianca. You could have just rip tied Io, and you would have had your first win against her.
She could
That's
have.
all you
She
needed to
could have.
do. But
And
no,
players
you
F
got in
up.
your feelings,
But
and
players F up. But let's not act like Bianca wasn't a part of that. Look at Bianca's face when Io won. She knew what she was doing. You knew exactly what she was doing. And to be
and
completely honest, Bianca knows that she can beat Io.
and
No matter how good Io is, she knows that
wait,
she can beat her.
who she lost against Io at SummerSlam, right? When she
Who?
messed up her knee, Bianca.
Yes. Io cashed in.
Right. So even with
And she
that,
was in damage control when that happened, and you cashed in on me. Why am I finna be out here cheering you? Why? Because we were on War Games together. So were you and Rhea. It still just doesn't make sense to me because you and Io never made up. Y'all never had no reconciliation of none of that. You were cutting Bailey off to be in this group, but Io was in it too. But you don't. That's why it just didn't make sense.
so
It's not
yeah,
like y'all
it
had
don't
a.
make
You know what?
sense.
We
But it's
cool.
also, but even okay, let's still go with the let's still go. Damn, let's still go with the idea that Bianca is on some dirty stuff. I would say
Mhm.
either way, she wants revenge on Io because of what she did to her at SummerSlam. So she could still be pissed about that and just faking it. And then even if she, let's say she might be scared of Rhea, is probably a good chance that anybody would be scared of Rhea. Um, let's say she was scared of Rhea. Either way, she wanted to fight who she wanted to fight. If she didn't want to fight you, oh well. Like
I
what?
mean, I get what you're saying as far as.
She's like, I want to whoop Io, and I can whoop Io, but
Yeah,
you're in the
I get
way,
that.
and then I
I'm
don't
getting.
necessarily want to fight you because you're you, and also I don't want to fight you because we cool. So like I give Bianca benefit of the doubt on that.
It's kind. I don't know. Like now you put it's kind of So I'm torn because I can understand how I want to get the revenge, like you said on Io. I mean, you did that. You took my title. Okay, now I'm about to take yours. You know what I'm saying? I can understand that, but it's like at the expense of one of your friends. That's what's like. That's why I was like, Bianca, if you could own up to it and
And
just be
then
like, yeah, blah, blah, whatever.
are they
But I
really
don't know.
friends?
It just made me feel away. When were they ever enemies?
I mean, when they was before
When they came up with
war game, when
NXT
they was
together,
talking
they
on
were
war
cool.
games, I'm talking about when they were talking at war games or before war
Mhm.
games when they was trying to pick people to join the teams and whatnot. They
Mhm.
kind of had some static. They wasn't cool.
This I don't ever believe that it was that. I believe that they're both two of the biggest powerhouses in the business, two of the top women. If you think about it, anytime they have something, just like they used to have back in WWF days, when they would have press appearances, but they would have things to do as far as signings, all of that. They always had the same two women there, Trish Stratus and China, because these are the two biggest women we have in the company. Rhea and Bianca are always there. They're always on the posters. They're always, even them being on a video game together, like they always are the main attraction as far as female talent goes. They're who the other females, like, they're right there trying to get to that status or whatnot, but those two are top tier. And I believe them two being the alpha females they are, that was to come anyway. It was never nothing personal in the group, which is why I think that sometimes when Bianca would get snappy, Rhea let it roll off her shoulders, and she okay, so this is what we need to do or whatever, because they knew it wasn't from a place of I don't like you and you don't like me. It was like okay, we both the top chicks or whatever. I respect you, but at the same time, like I know who I am. Like you're not gonna tell me what to do. I don't want to tell you what to do. Blah blah whatever. But then Bianca bit the bullet and was like, okay, Rhea team captain. Okay, cool. That's just how it is or whatnot. We're just gonna rock with that. Like so, I really believe it when Rhea was saying that they were friends. I do believe that they definitely were friends. They were just on two different brands. That's it. They were never on the same brand. Um, besides NXT, they were on different shows. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, going past all of that, in between the segment, they're exchanging words. It starts to get really, really heated. Rhea brings up the whole Jay and Naomi situation, which hits home for Bianca because that's very mm, touchy subject right now for her, and it's fresh. Um, Bianca brings up the fact that Rhea could never beat Io. So they're both hitting, some personal stuff right there. And in the midst of that, Io was pretty much like, hey, calm down or whatnot, and them mushing her and not really paying too much attention to what she got going on. When Rhea did it, it was like, okay, but Bianca did it, I'm like, oh, snap, they just said F Io, they don't really care. And Io took matters into her own hands and slaps the daylights out of the both of them. And I don't know what she said in Japanese, but she told them exactly where to go and how to get there. So,
That
Lord,
was my favorite part of the entire night. At that point,
it was yeah, it was the fact that they didn't get up to hit her or anything because it's kind of like slapping some sense in them as well. Y'all want to argue, but I'm the champ right here, and you're not going to ignore me. So I like how when they panned to Rhea, she looked at Bianca and said, "See what you did." It was like they're all cool because Rhea and Io even have a certain respect for each other, you know. But it's like, dang, we all want that title. But I definitely enjoyed that segment. I think Io made it very clear um who she is and where she stands, and she's not about to sit here and just be pushed to the side because y'all trying to come after my title. I'm the champ. I hold this.
and stop
And
playing with
it's
me.
not Stop playing with me. This is not the Rhea and Bianca show. And like I said, because it's been that. They have always been the top women, always. And now neither one of you hold a championship. But I do. So yeah, y'all may be thinking y'all the top, but I'm the true top woman, and everybody, including the WWE universe, is going to recognize me.
Indeed. And then right after this, we got to the main event, which is CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Match was completely and utterly fire. They going back and forth. They hitting each other's moves on each other. They in the steel cage.
hmm hmm
Just completely phenomenal match.
I
That
mean,
go ahead.
it was definitely it was the fact that I was still singing the song with CM Punk was trying to get in the ring and Seth Rollins just started attacking him. Sir, slow down. It's gonna happen. He just went crazy. The match itself was great. I like that they kept opening the door for each other. Like, go ahead and get out. Go ahead and get out. Like they both did it. Uh, with CM Punk, I thought he was trying to climb out of the cage, and Seth Rollins like hit him with the suplex from was it the yeah from off the top. I'm like they really put each other through some hell. Like they kept hitting each other's finishing move. Then when they were hitting each other's finishing move, Seth Rollins hit a mega stomp from the very top rope. Like it was wild. CM Punk back and forth with the GTS. It was man, it was going crazy. I really didn't know when I thought it was over, it wasn't over. Every time, like this is it. That wasn't it. Every time. I didn't know how it was gonna go. I'm like, this is such an amazing match that I don't want it to end. And Seth Rollins just sitting there, and I think just after he hit the stomp on him, or after he hit, I think Punk's move on him, and he's just watching him. Like, I got you exactly where I want you. And that cage door was still open there, and
And
we hear the
something
crowd
happened.
kind of ripping a little bit, and then he gets dragged out
And who
and
does he get
thrown
dragged out by?
around,
Who does he get dragged
and
out by?
he is face to face with the one and only tribal chief. You see him, you see him, you see him. The one and only tribal chief. He's faced with him, and I lost my mind. I lost my mind. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know how it was gonna come because I definitely thought it was gonna come at Elimination Chamber. It didn't. Um, it was perfect.
Oh yeah,
It was perfect.
it didn't need to happen at elimination
It
chamber after what Seth did to Punk. It didn't need to happen there. It needed to happen
and after
that Monday.
what Cena did, that would have been too much. That would
Yeah,
have been too much.
yeah.
Like I like that they now when I think back on this, okay, I'm glad that they did it because they would have just gave us everything and we would have been like, okay, what now? Because we're slowly starting to. I don't want to say we're not coming down off the high of John Cena turning heel because we still have not heard from him. So we're still on that.
Yeah.
And it's like now we get that and Roman's return. And Roman just went out there and just started tossing Seth spear, stomp. It's
When he
when
did
he
the
put
stomp,
that
he
man
meant that.
said he meant that stomp. He meant it. He put every single member of his bloodline was in his foot when he hit that stomp. All of them. Jacob, Solo, Rikishi, all of them. Like this
And
Wild Samoans, The Rock, they was all of them together collectively were in that one stomp because that was laid out,
after he got
laid
laid
out.
out, he's like,
He tried to
ah,
stomp him on the stairs.
look at
No,
my
not yet,
handiwork.
not yet. Yeah, he tried to stomp him on the stairs when he
Bro,
screamed out.
that was my favorite thing because I heard him say, "Bite the steel," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Yes, this is what I want.
Oh,
This
he
is what
said,
I want."
I'm gonna end it all for you now. When I tell you I got chills and I'm like, oh, this is the old Roman. Like he not playing and he doesn't it kind of show he doesn't need the bloodline because he's doing this all on his own. But it's good to see the bloodline.
Yeah,
But right there, it was like Roman, like you got me messed up, and anybody that feels a way about you feel sorry for Seth Rollins, Seth deserved every single bit of that because Roman has been minding his own business. He's been getting his bloodline back. He's got his Ulafala back. He's been focused on trying to make his way back to a championship. He ain't been thinking about no Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is obsessed with
with
Roman, which is crazy.
everybody that did him dirty, he is obsessed with, or he felt did him dirty, he's obsessed with.
When he did them dirty first. This is what I
Exactly.
understand. And I love me some Seth Rollins. I really, really do. He's the architect. He's all of that. I love him. However, how are you still? And I'm so glad when Sami Zayn called him out on it. You want to be mad at Roman when you're the one that turned him into this. You did that. You made him into this by betraying him. You did that. And you know that because he's even told you when even Roman was the tribal chief and he had the title. This is before he became the Universal, what undisputed Universal. He told him, "I hate you. I'll never forgive you for what you did to us." And Seth, you know that. Like, you made all of this happen, and
Leave
then
that
Roman
man
Reigns
alone. Leave him
came back.
alone.
Yeah,
Leave him
Roman
alone.
Reigns came back, and you still got your sights set on you're not going to make it to WrestleMania between him and Punk. So every time him and Punk retaliate to do something, I don't feel bad for you, Seth. You made this happen.
At
You
all.
made it happen. Like, security got to come out there and stop the show. Man, I know what's about
And
to happen.
I'm getting sick. I'm getting sick of security. I am getting sick of security. Leave them alone. They are doing their jobs. They
Let's let them
fighting.
fight.
That's their job.
Let's let them fight. It'd be blowing me because it's like, what are y'all doing? Why y'all trying to save him, man? He asked for this.
He
He
did.
asked for this.
He signed up for this for real.
He signed
It's
because
on
I
the
was minding my
contract.
business. He was minding his business because not only did you stomp him once and that could have been the end of it, you're going to stomp him twice. What was the purpose? What was the purpose of doing that? Like you Seth crashed out at the Royal Rumble. You tweaked. What was the purpose of you doing that? So you thought that Roman wasn't going to come back with some vengeance? Please,
So
please.
after that, Roman, he
Oh,
gets pulled away. He gets separated.
mm-hmm. And what does he see?
He sees Paul Heyman. First of all, I don't know where the hell Paul Heyman came from. I know he didn't get over the. I know he didn't get over the barricade. He had to come around.
Hate it.
He came over the barricade.
When they showed it, I seen another segment when they were showing the cameras from the back. When Roman was running to the ring, Paul was literally running with
Paul,
Roman.
Paul been in the gym then, cause Paul don't look like he
Man,
could get over that
Paul,
barricade. I ain't
Paul
gonna lie to
athletic,
you.
man.
But so he in the ring with CM Punk.
And
Hey man, are you okay? I know you got your ass whooped. I'm just checking on you. And Roman ain't like that. Roman didn't like that one bit.
it was the fact that you can see it looked like a dad consoling his son.
Yeah,
It was like my son has been defeated and I'm helping, and then Paul is emotional as you're comforting him. It was Roman's sinister smile, and I just knew then, oh, something bad.
I ain't even see
Because
it as a smile. I saw it as a what the hell is going on here? Okay, bet.
you think because she owe you a favor, you gonna take my last man. I
Oh,
got something
just
for
so
you.
y'all friends, you
And
think that this is what this is?
and
Nah.
he didn't waste no time. That's what I love. Don't let up. Don't waste time. Don't give them time to, breathe, catch their breath, get a good, swing at you. None of that.
All
Roman went in
gas,
and
no
snatched
brakes.
him. Mm. He went in and snatched that man away from his wise men. Now I'm gonna throw you to this side of the cage. And I'm gonna throw you on that side of the cage. Before you turn around, you back on the ground. Boom, spear. I loved it. I
Perfect way.
loved it.
Perfect way to end it.
It was
Perfect.
so perfect. Oh, I was on that natural high because it was amazing. Paul in the corner shivering, but you still have to acknowledge your tribal chief at the same time. It was wild. Roman, you did your big one. This was amazing to see because this is why sometimes you can't really pay attention to the blogs because they were saying that the next time we would see Roman Reigns um was going to be this Friday coming up on March 21st. And they were like, that's Friday. I believe the SmackDown after that. So I'm like, man, it's gonna take us this long to see Roman. So I wasn't thinking about Roman being there on Raw. Like, so I like that. I like that. That just shows me that they know how to keep stuff. When stuff gets leaked, I'm starting to
Sometimes it's on
realize
purpose.
things cannot get leaked without this is a huge corporation. Stuff is not getting leaked without them letting it be leaked. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody knew CM Punk was going to officially return to the WWE back at Survivor Series 2 years ago. I mean, the crowd is always chanting for CM Punk, especially when it's Chicago. That's just a given. That's going to happen. They chant for him all the time. They've been doing it for 10 years. And Triple H, and then the interviews before then, when they're like, oh, hell's going to have to freeze over before he's ever in this company again. The things that CM Punk was still saying about WWE, I didn't think it at all. I damn near had a heart attack when he returned. So it just showed that they know how to keep things, under wraps.
And what's crazy is
And
I came back. I didn't watch that Survivor Series. I was gonna go to that Survivor Series, but money was weird, so I didn't go. And
mhm.
then I didn't watch it either. Didn't have the funds for that either. So I was just cool. I was chilling. Then I heard CM Punk's back. I'm like, oh, I'm back in wrestling now. I am completely and utterly back.
You didn't watch it,
No, I can't remember what I was doing, but I didn't watch it.
so you've never seen it.
No, I just see when he came back. No.
I'm gonna need you to
That's
go back and
bullshit.
watch that immediately. You need to see, first of all, great match, wonderful match. They did their big one because Randy returned, and when I say they blew the roof off that sucker, I was there that weekend for Friday and Survivor Series, blew the roof off of there. And then when CM Punk came, I thought I was gonna fall down the stairs, man. I thought I was gonna fall down the stairs. It was. I've never heard a crowd so loud. It was deafening. Like CM Punk's aura is amazing. Like they chant his name from wherever, anytime. He's just he's just one with the people, the voice of the voiceless, like he used to call himself. But he definitely has that presence, and it was amazing to see. You need to go back and watch that because that was the bomb diggity. Yes, I'm bringing that word back.
Okay.
Mm.
So now,
On to
now,
SmackDown.
now we can move on to SmackDown.
Hmm.
Okay, so it opens up. They in Barcelona, Spain. First of all, crowd is amazing. Every time they go out of the states, the crowd is way better than anything that's in the states, unless you're in Chicago,
I'm
obviously.
not gonna lie. I don't mess with the Paris crowd with friends. They annoying. They wouldn't shut up. Like I get it. I think that was their first time there, but I'm like, bro, I can't even really get into the match because y'all just yelling stuff the entire show, not during entrances, but the match. Y'all just chanting stuff in y'all language. And we don't know what you're saying. Like, would you shut up?
Hey,
Like,
look,
it was
man.
just
I personally enjoy the enthusiasm.
I do, but not when it's kind of like, all right, y'all doing too much now. Like the whole match, come on, the whole match. Who are you cheering for? Y'all don't even know. Shut up.
Okay, so it starts off with Solo, Jacob,
Hmm.
Tamatonga, L.A. Knight, yeah, uh, Braun Strowman, and Jimmy Uso, all fighting because they want the U.S. title. And, everybody got their beef. Tamatonga ends up getting the pin, and Braun wins. That puts him as the monster. It puts him back over as a competitor again. Um, I wasn't really all out because I was cooking, so I kind of missed the match, but I caught glimpses of it. I really wasn't invested in the match itself. But I was invested with what happened after the match, obviously, because Jacob
um,
whooped Braun again.
I was somewhat invested. I do want to go back and see it again. Um, what I thought was going to happen when Jimmy came out there, I'm like, cool, he's finally about to get his title opportunity that I truly believe he deserves. So when the others came out, when Solo came out, it was like, oh man, well, I guess not too soon or whatever. But if you catch it, they kind of had a little moment there. Solo slipped up a little bit, and he almost let a
I've
word
seen
slip
it.
out.
I've seen it.
It was so funny to me because I know that they're brothers, like they're real brothers. So it was like your big brother, like, wait, what you gonna say? And he had to catch himself. And Jimmy know how to make people break character because Solo was always a person that didn't smile, that didn't break character. And in that moment, he broke character a little bit. It was funny. It was funny to see. And just it must be kind of cool to be out there or whatnot because the Usos they've been doing this for a while. And them being together. And then now Jay is on his own, right now, and he's on Raw and Solo, is now in the mix on SmackDown. Now you got your cousins out there too. So it must be kind of fun for them to work with them, like especially for Jimmy. Like you got your whole family over here on the show. So um but yeah, but when the others started to come out, I'm like, well, what is this now? And that's when I knew, okay, it's about to be a tag team match. But in the end, I really, really hope that it is Jimmy that gets his title opportunity because
What have I been saying for the last 2 weeks? Every time we have a conversation about Jacob.
wait, say it again.
Every time we've had a conversation about Jacob over the past 2 weeks, what have I said? Give him all the titles
Oh,
right
yeah, give him all the
now.
titles.
So I
No, not yet.
kind of want it to be Jay, Jimmy, and Solo. Not Solo. Jacob. I mean Jay. Damn. Jimmy, Jacob, and LA Knight at WrestleMania.
No,
I kind of want that, and I
no, because we know
know
who
they're
gonna
not gonna give it
win.
to. They could give it to Jacob, or it could turn into something with Jimmy. I would rather it turn into something with Jimmy, and Jimmy takes it off of LA Knight, and we go from there. That's what I personally want.
For Jimmy to take it.
Yeah, and then think about it,
Yes.
because it'd be cool for it to eventually, Jimmy give it to Jacob. You need at least kayfabe broken. Like it's cousin giving cousin a title after that cousin inspired him to join wrestling.
That sounds cute, but Jacob's too much of a powerhouse. They can't Rick kayfabe for that one. Not for the, I don't know. I'm cool. I love the build up of Jimmy getting the title, getting away from LA Knight, and eventually Jimmy having that match with Jacob. But I think they should give Jimmy a nice little run. Don't just make it the run that they gave Jay when Jay had the Intercontinental title for 2 weeks. Like, no,
Yeah,
Jimmy deserves to at least have it. At least.
until
I'll
SummerSlam.
I'm cool with that because it's at WrestleMania. So
Right.
it's like at least until SummerSlam, and SummerSlam being the next big event of the year, then that's the perfect opportunity for Jacob to win his title and to build up. When Solo came out there, I'm not gonna lie, I thought Solo was gonna pitch him himself, but he started pitching Jacob. I really thought Solo was gonna pitch himself for to be in the running for the title. Um,
I just thought about how it could still work with what you're
I,
saying and what I want. So, let's
I
say,
just noticed. Hold on, I just noticed we said Intercontinental, we mean United States.
oh well, yeah, United States. No, you brought up the Intercontinental because it was Jay, and he lost it in like 2 weeks.
Oh
But
yeah, okay.
but going back to going off of what you're saying plus what I want. So
Yeah.
it is Jimmy, Jacob, and LA Knight WrestleMania. That set in
Hmm.
stone. They fight. Solo comes out, spikes Jacob because you're not finna win a title and I ain't got a title. So they have they beef moving forward, and that gets settled before SummerSlam. That way, Jimmy can have his run with the title. Have his rematch with LA Knight. LA Knight lose. Jimmy keep going. Jimmy has another opponent, and then once Jacob and Solo have they beef squashed, Jacob shows back
Hmm.
up. I want that title now.
I love that. I love that. That's perfect. Look at you. That was perfect. I love that.
Hire me. Hire
Hire,
me
please,
for
please.
anything. WWE, hire me.
Even if he got to be the security that be trying to stop the wrestlers from fighting each other. I mean,
I
LA not the security.
I can
Yeah,
take a
so
bump. I can take a
he can
bump.
take a run. He would gladly take an RKO.
Gladly on the
Okay,
table.
on the table. I want to be one of the paramedic people. I come out there to come help put the neck brace on. Like, because that was perfect. I love that. Because it's so, because we got to address the fact that we see it coming. We just don't know where the betrayal, when it's going to happen. And
It has to come. If
it
that
has
would
to
be the
come.
perfect time to do it.
It has to come. And this is the perfect, ooh, excuse me, time for, it's the perfect time for Jacob and Soto to have their issues because the pay-per-view right after WrestleMania is Backlash. And Triple H said that it's going to be so much happening at WrestleMania, including betrayals. Don't know where, but he was saying, it's going to get settled at Backlash, and I'm cool with that. I'm cool with Jacob with Solo turning on him. Oh, you thought I was going to acknowledge you? You think you are? Because they just did an interview with Tamatonga yesterday when they had him choosing against this person or this person, and there was one where he did like a Jimmy versus Jay, and he chose Jay. Then they did I think it was like a Jay and Jacob. He chose Jacob, and then it was Solo and Jacob. He chose Solo. I thought I was like, I
So
said Jacob, and he said Solo, and I was like, oh. And I went to see, is this old? And it's not old. I'm like. Oh, this was just posted. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Well, we see where you headed, where your loyalty lies. So, hey, man, it ain't no telling where that can go and what can happen with that. I really, and I don't want them to break up, but I'm cool with it if it happens because of the way they're angling it. Like Solo being all for him. I'm coming out. He gonna take this title. I ain't even put myself in the picture anymore. It's all about Jacob. It's all about, you got to
Yeah,
gas him up.
and we know
When he
for a
did
fact that's
that,
not gonna last long.
man, because now Jacob has a voice. Jacob wasn't doing too much talking before, just like Solo wasn't doing talking when he was with Roman. You were the muscle,
And that was it.
like,
And now,
and
now
that
you,
was it.
now you're
Now,
you're literally the hottest thing in WWE. I don't care what anybody says. You could
and
say
he is.
I can't. Well, you of course CM Punk, Seth, Roman. That's a given. That's a given.
Yeah, that's a given. That's a given. But as far
Bianca,
as like
that's a given.
hottest
Rhea, that's a
new
given.
people,
But Jacob, come on now.
he up there. The man's getting, like you said, the man got new merchandise. He's up there. Oh, he's definitely up there. He's up there. Even Tama Tonga, when he was out there in the match and he started doing it, yeah, 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 the whole arena was doing it. They marketed them. They marketed them very well, and I love that. I really love that for them. They're doing really well with them, and I
So,
just can't wait to bring over my man,
so after that,
Zilla.
it was Charlotte because he's coming. I don't know when he coming, but I
He,
got a feeling he coming, and I ain't never been wrong about one of them feelings.
the
So,
main one is coming. He's
sure.
coming.
I don't know about that name, but okay. Um,
Hey, what?
Charlotte Flair went up against B-Fab, and B-Fab has improved greatly from what I've seen.
She
Um,
did good.
she
I'll give
did
her that.
good, and then Charlotte,
That's not to be fast. That's quick.
Charlotte won, and
Of course.
yeah, because I don't understand why this even happened, considering we knew that Charlotte's not going to look weak going into WrestleMania. So then she puts B-Fab in the figure eight and holds it, and honestly, that should have kind of reversed the decision if we want to get technical. But it didn't. And
Why?
then Tiffany. Well, normally, like when people overdo it, normally after a wrestling match, I've seen it done before. When people overdo it in wrestling matches on WWE or AEW or something, they just reverse the decision. Like, oh, B-Fab wins now because you decided to be a
Oh,
dick.
they ain't done that in a while. You think they're gonna do that to the queen?
They
Absolutely
should.
not.
They should
They're
have.
not
They
doing
should
that.
have. They should have because
Heck
then
no. They
Tiffany
haven't
could
done
have
that in
pointed
a
that
long
out later.
time. If that's the case, they would have did it to Roman a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah.
So no.
But then so she's holding it. Then Tiffany comes out and they get into a big brawl. Tiffany then jumped on her at least twice, just flying, doing swantons. I'm not invested in this feud between them really. I'm sorry, sad to say. I'm more invested in what's going on with Io, Rhea, and Bianca.
Mhm. Mhm. And I agree with you on that. Reason being, Charlotte is amazing on the mic. She can cut you down in 2 seconds, and I love that about her. She's the queen. However, now I kind of see, and I'm not gonna. And Tiffy, she's hot. People love Tiffy, but I'm not really too invested in this Tiffy and Charlotte beef either, and I should be. And that's the thing. I don't like the way that they're presenting this. I was more invested in Tiffy and Nia. Um, because I really still feel that between those two, nothing was truly settled. A tag team match that they had, at Elimination Chamber, that just didn't make any sense to me because the beef is between Tiffy and Nia. I
Exactly.
want to see them have their final battle, and okay, that's done. Um, but as far as Charlotte and Tiffy go, there hasn't really been. There needs to be more segments of them in the ring together. There needs to be segments of them backstage. They really need to push this because Charlotte's already solidified. Charlotte is. To me, Tiffy is kind of like Cody Rhodes. Like you're over with the fans, you're good in the ring, you're decent on the mic, but it's just
I feel like they turned her
this is
face too
this
quick.
is yeah, this is your first run. That's what I'm getting at with this. This is your first run, and I really need you to kind of push your all into this because, like you said, they turned her face pretty quick. We were cool with Tiffy being a heel, the same way we did with Rhea. Let it build. Rhea was a heel. The fans started to fall in love with the heel. the fans started to fall in love with Tiffy as a heel because even though Tiffy was with Nia and they was like, oh, she got the when she won the Money in the Bank and did all that, Tiffy was always a heel, but the fans still loved her. They should have just let that happen. The whole her being with Trish Stratus, I didn't like that. Unless Trish was going to go back to thank you, Trish, that Trish. I don't want to see her with the face Trish. Why are you a good guy now? That's weird. I don't want to see that. Like,
So, okay, with that being the case, do you think they kind of messed up with Charlotte winning the Royal Rumble?
absolutely not. No, Charlotte should have won that, and I'm glad she
And
won
she should
that.
have came back
Char-
as a good guy.
she tried that. She
She
tried that.
did.
She tried that. My thing is, Charlotte. This is why Charlotte is so great. I tried to come back as a face because I've been gone for so long, and with the actual injury, I really worked my ass off to get back here, and I won. No handouts. I won the Royal Rumble. Okay, cool. Going to WrestleMania. Cool. The way that they and that's why I don't understand the people make it seem like Charlotte is just giving stuff. I mean, I don't want to say she's given anything. She earned all those championships. So yeah, I have more pull than the rest of you that are just now coming here 2, 3 years in the game. Yeah, I gave y'all shine. I was gone for over a year to let other superstars step in front, but now I'm back. So now I'm gonna make my way back to the top, back to my throne, and get my title back. So yeah, she definitely should have won. I'm looking at it as far as Tippy, now it's time for you to really step up. So you're used to being against Naya, and Naya's good, but Naya ain't great. Naya's not Charlotte. She's not top dog. So now you have the opportunity to face Charlotte, and you have to be able to hang with her at the same time, as far as in ring, on the mic, sneaky tactics, and I know she can do it because I've seen her do it in NXT. I think, in a way, don't get intimidated by this is the queen. This is Charlotte. It's like I don't do that because I felt like she did the same thing with um with Trish. It's like I'm in this ring with a vet, and even when they were just posing and just talking, just be you. You don't have to. I'm gonna let her go next one. See what she's gonna say. I'm gonna be you. Let it be real. Let it be authentic. And let that all come out. Like I didn't like the way they were doing it. It's kind of like I can see Trish. Like turn this way, come over here. It's like that whole thing. I think they're doing it because you're the champ now. So you have to get used to you're not a sideline person. You gotta get used to coming out here on your own. You gotta get used to coming out here and being the face. And I think that's why they had put her out there with Trish so she can see this is a huge crowd and you're the champ. Let me show you how to take all that in. You know what I'm saying? The same way with Charlotte. Let me show you how to build off of that. You're the champ going into WrestleMania. This is your first road to WrestleMania. And you're not going for this title. You are the champ. I need to kind of push you need to be coming out here and dominating me. You need to be coming out here and talking your mess and all of that stuff. Like
So basically, we're
so
having Charlotte groom Tiffany.
yep. That's how I looked at it when Charlotte when Tiffy got that title. When Tiffy got that title away from Nia, that's exactly how I looked at it. I'm like, when Charlotte won, I said, yeah,
Well,
it's
hopefully,
definitely a grooming thing.
I would say hopefully that this match come WrestleMania produces something because otherwise I ain't invested and it'll feel like if this match is garbage and I know it probably won't be, but if there's no like
Hell no, it's not.
emotional if there's no emotional like payoff for it, then I feel like you wasted our time for about a good 2 months on this.
I guarantee you, it's not. Reason being, like I said, you're in the ring with the queen. You're in the ring with the vet, and Charlotte is not going to let it be anything other than spectacular. They are about to put on the show. You saw it when I had you watch the match between Charlotte and Rhea when Rhea first got the title. Charlotte will lose her eyelashes, her makeup to make sure that she leaves it all out there. And she puts on the show because that's what she does. She's just like her daddy. Yeah, I may, be flashy or whatever, but when I'm in this ring, it's time to handle business. I don't care about no makeup. I don't care about my eyeliner smearing. I'm gonna come out here and do what I got to do. And Tiffy needs to bring it. And because they're both athletic and Tiffy's an Olympian and they're both high flyers, all of that, Charlotte's going to push Tiffany to be greater than what she is. And I'm so excited for the match because the build is mid right now. But I
Yeah.
know that the end result is going to be great. I just need them. All they need is to get fans back on board. Two good segments. Two. They need to. You need Tiffy to go out there and really bring Charlotte down to size. You need Tiffy to go out there and really show Charlotte I ain't nothing to play with. A real brawl. Like stop playing with me. Like it's that. And
Okay.
you need Charlotte to go out there and kind of have Tiffy questioning herself a little bit. Like I see you, I see this, but again, you kind of and Charlotte said you a baby me, you a mini me.
Let's
I've
let's
been here, so
let's watch it because I feel like they set themselves up to have that. Because if Tiffany
hmm
does what you just said next week, I'll start to have faith in it. And then if
yeah,
Charlotte breaks her down after that, I'll
hmm
start to have faith in it. But right now, there ain't nothing I got. So, okay, so
I
after
hear that.
this, we had your favorite segment on SmackDown where Cody decided that he was going to call out John Cena again and crossroads the Miz for no reason, for real. So,
I'm gonna have to take my glasses off for this.
alrighty, go ahead.
I know I don't got my eyebrows on, whatever. Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. I love him as a competitor. I think that he is a good champion, just like The Rock said. However, who the hell do you think you are? Like, you can't just sit here and think you're about to call out a 16-time world champion and he's going to come out on your own beck and call, or you think you're intimidating or scaring anyone because you're not. Who are you for real? I mean, you have a lot to learn, you have a lot to experience, and you thinking that you even sit with John Cena is crazy work to me. Like you getting this confidence in this build out of nowhere. I mean, yeah, you're good, but you ain't great. And again, you 40 something with your first title run. By the time John Cena was your age, he already had 10 under his belt. Stop playing with him. So it's like you don't even deserve to even breathe that man's air. This is a privilege for you. Congratulations. But
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is what bias looks like.
this isn't biased because I've been saying this before. I like Cody as a champion. Every time the man comes out, I will forever cheer his song. I believed in him when he was the underdog. I even was cool when I believe Seth was is putting in his ear, I believe about this is the time when it starts to feel a little heavy around this period because now it's coming up to a year that Cody has been champion. And that's when people wanted to see Cody's dark side or whatever. Same way they did with John Cena. Everybody wants to see his dark side or whatever. And then Cody chooses the people, you know, as their champion over anything. Sound familiar? I think it does, don't you, John? Yeah, sounds like you. Sounds like you. Sounds like you. I've said this. Cody is a mini version, a wannabe John Cena. And I think that's the missing factor of the whole situation. I've been saying this before John Cena became a heel, that Cody is good, but he's not great. And I want him to be, but I want him to be authentic. I don't want him to be the champ he thinks he's supposed to be. Like we've both even said this. Certain title matches that he's had or the build for them has been mid.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna downplay his ring action. He's great in the ring. Do your thing, Cody. I love to see his matches. But it's like you need to have the overall package and something is always missing with him. It's like I don't know. He always needs no, I don't know if that's everybody, a bad guy. Like a really bad guy to make him great. The first time we started to
He,
see that, who
so
was his biggest
basically,
bad
he needs a his own Randy Orton. Because for me,
guy? Yeah.
when I think about it, John Cena had Randy Orton.
John Cena doesn't have Randy Orton. He had Randy Orton. He had Edge. He even had Brock at a time. It's like you had these people, but alone, John Cena was still great. Like he didn't really need them. They fed off of each other. Um, but in this situation, I honestly believe that the crowd and the fans will be backing John Cena. Reason being, when Cody said The number that's not going to happen, that is impossible, is 17. Crowd gets silent. Go back and watch it. That's why I say I'm not biased. I'm going to always speak from both ends. The crowd gets silent when he said that because it was a, yeah, we love you, Cody, but you saying John Cena's not going to reach number 17, you talking crazy right now. And it's like, what? No, we want him to reach 17. That's what we've been rooting for. We want him to break the mold and break the record and have the most titles in history. We coined him as the GOAT. So we want him to get that. We wanted him to become a heel. Like, I know this is messed up and you're our hero and we're supposed to be on your side, but this is what we wanted and Triple H is giving it to us. So you saying that he's not gonna win is crazy because as much as we love you, Cody, we want John to win. And not only
Yep.
is John, we want him to win, but we got The Rock back in the fold. And we know the WrestleMania last year, we had The Rock in the fold leading up to it. It was amazing. That was Cody's best work. It was amazing because we got all of that. We got the raw emotion. It was great. So for them to bring that back, but in a different light, The Rock is aligned with someone that isn't even a part of the bloodline. I love the way that they're doing this because even with The Rock, we thought we was getting, here we go, like, oh, he likes Cody and they're buddies now. And it's like, no, this is still the final boss. And now he's even more ruthless because I wanted his soul. He didn't want to give
He
it.
is
So I
the
took it over to
devil. At
Memphis.
this point, he is the
He is
devil.
the devil. And I love to see it because that's why I'm like, I think they're trying to let Cody build some type of momentum off of this whole ordeal because everybody knows their main focus is John Cena. Where is he? What is he going to say? What is his music going to be? What is his new look going to be? Is he going to have new t-shirts? Is he dark? Like, what is going to happen?
It's so many what ifs right
Everybody's,
now.
it's so many what ifs because we've been used to the same John for 21 plus years. We've been having the same, even with the t-shirts, just different colors. Theme song, running to the ring. So he's not gonna run to the ring anymore. He gonna walk slow. Is he gonna wear a suit? What's gonna happen? So Cody right now is supposed to be cooking. This been his 2 weeks. His I want to say 2 3 weeks that he's supposed to be winning over and getting the crowd hyped and doing all of that. Yeah, it ain't really getting me too much. Came out there twice with a black eye. You tried to be a tough guy. Where were you being a tough guy when John Cena was whooping your ass? You just sat there and you took it. So I can't believe in you. I don't care if I thought we were friends. That's like if me and you out and you sit there and you just don't happen to man and you backhand me. I'm not gonna just sit there. Oh, you put your hands on. Cody didn't fight back at all. You just let them beat on you. Let them beat on you, and then you get up looking confused. Said Michael Cole, it's not the same guy, man. Clearly,
Obviously.
clearly, obviously, that's not. You gonna sit there and let them just beat you like that? That's wild. Then it made me mad, and I told you about this. That's why I said, Cody, I can't believe in you. You gonna call John Cena out when it's already been announced that he is supposed to be
You called him out
in
already on
Belgium.
Monday.
You called him out on Monday. Okay, cool. You knew he wasn't going to be there. You say that John Cena said he's not going to be here. He'll see you guys. He'll be there next week in Belgium. You already said this on Monday. It's already been announced he's going to be there on Raw. It kept showing it. Cody Rhodes, John Cena in the same building next Monday. Then you get to Friday and you calling him out and you said if you do show up, didn't they already announce that he's showing up? Didn't they say it? Why are you saying something that we already know he's going to be there? See, this is why I can't take you serious, Cody. And I can't wait because one thing about John Cena, ain't nobody in the business besides The Rock can cook John Cena on no microphone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's already been proven that John Cena's even cooked The Rock. So ain't nobody touching that man on the microphone. That's just facts. Nobody is touching him on the microphone. I thought Roman could. John can go from any angle to tearing you down, to making you look dumb, to building you up in the same segment and just bringing you right to your knees. And I believe this segment is going to be so nasty. That's what I'm just waiting on. I'm just waiting on it because I don't know what music is going to play. I really hope it's that Hustle Loyalty that came out for one of the WWE 2K games. Um, it was like Hustle Loyalty Respect, but it was kind of rough. I put it on my my TikTok story. I'll put it on ours. Go check it out at Lights Camera Wrestling on TikTok. Um, and I hope he comes out with that song if he's this dark side person. But I cannot wait for what he's going to say to him because he's about to rip the American Nightmare to shreds. It's over with for you. He Freddy Krueger. Now what? Ah,
And speaking of being ripped to shreds, after this
yes.
we had Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura. That match was cool,
hmm
but again, I'm more interested in what happened after because it didn't even get
I
to
don't want to
finish.
talk about it. I don't
I
even
want
want
to
to
talk
talk
about it.
about
Oh,
it.
let's.
No.
I'm gonna talk about it. You just went on a rant about John Cena. I'm finna have fun with this. So,
He did deserve it.
so Damian Priest, Shinsuke had they fight, but it ended in
Yes.
disqualification because Drew McIntyre came out and whooped Damian's ass, and it was perfect because I personally, again, Damian's good in the ring. I don't really mess with his character, so I don't like Damian. So
First of all, you put some respect on the Street King's name.
first of all, you don't even want to call him that because that is a terrible name to give somebody. Why would you call them the Street King? That's not a
Oh,
compliment,
that's
especially
not. It's really
especially when
not.
it's like he only the Street King because he lived on the streets. Literally, that's not a
I don't.
compliment. That's not a
I
compliment
don't want to.
whatsoever.
I wouldn't want someone to actually refer to me as that, and then I gotta think. Every time you call me, I think back to when I was homeless. Why would you do that to me?
Exactly, that's
The
rude as
Street King.
hell.
I didn't have a
So,
choice. I didn't
so
have a choice. I think. Is it weird that when they mention Darius the Street King, and I know he used to be homeless, I think of him with a cardboard crown on, with some drawing on it,
that's
like
that is wild, but it makes sense. So, with that being the case, Drew whooped his ass. Drew claymored him, and then at the end he stomped him. Like, oh,
like
it
a
was just so
mug.
perfect, and he twitched like, and it was just all so perfect because
Why would he do that? Why would
because
you do that?
Damien has been messing with him the entire year. Now granted, Damien, cashed in. That's all business. That ain't like really personal. But you still cashed in on me at WrestleMania, took my title. Then because CM Punk is the guest ref, the next time we fight, I get kicked in the nuts and you pin me. Then after that, we go to Royal Rumble. I can't remember if there was anything else in between that, but we go to the Royal Rumble and you put me off the ring. You have been screwing me over for the last year. So
You know
now,
what? You know what? Karma's a bitch because you have been screwing over yourself. Okay, Drew, and Vince McMahon's
no,
voice.
we're not doing that. We're not
He
doing that.
did.
We're
He
not doing
did.
that.
He screwed himself.
For
He screwed
certain
himself.
things,
Everything.
Drew should have like chilled out because the whole thing with CM Punk, you could have chilled out and you could have walked off with your title and then you wouldn't have got whooped in the ring at WrestleMania. That's all on you. And then you keep messing with CM Punk, he kicks you in the nuts, and then Damian rolls you up. That's on you.
That was
But
a
again,
coincidence.
but
That was all a coincidence
But again,
because
Damien takes advantage of the situation, which is smart.
what am I
Honestly,
supposed
it's
to
smart.
do?
But
What am I supposed to? And plus, no. Drew, you sitting here calling me a freaking paper champion and doing all of that, and I gotta prove myself. Drew, you was trolling. You were
again,
trolling,
you
Damien.
are the paper. You If that's the case, you are a paper champion
Oh
because
no,
you never
no,
beat me straight up, or
we're
you
not
beat
about
me
to do
when
that.
I'm at my worst,
We're not about to do that. We're
or
not
you
gonna do that.
snake me.
Because if that's the case, no. Because if that's the case, you can say that about anybody that has ever won the Money in the Bank contract and cashed it in. You call them all
I
paper champions.
would.
And it's not true. No, that's not.
Because if you come
There's
in and
no paper.
snake, if you come in and snake me after
I
the
was
thing,
at it.
and then after that,
Mm-mm.
me and you wrestle, and then I beat you straight up, then I won. There's nothing you can say after that. But
But again, after
but
him and after they had that match with CM Punk's referee, that wasn't Damien's fault that that happened. Nobody told CM Punk to come down to play referee.
right,
That was,
but he did, and then he kicked me in the
but
nuts,
again,
and then
what was I
you
supposed to
rolled me up.
do?
You rolled me up after and take advantage of the situation. So
What
I'm
should I have done? Waited? and be
Yep.
like, "Oh, are you
Yep.
okay, man?"
Yep.
Boy, go quit bias. Who's biased now?
if you
You.
if
That's
you go if you go
crazy.
if you gonna be the good guy and be straight up,
No,
you
no,
go pick up the real ref and then
no,
bring him in the ring
no,
because you strong enough
no.
too.
That's
As big as you are, you could have picked him up and put him back
no,
in the ring, but you didn't. You
no.
took advantage of the situation. CM Punk counted, and I lost. So it is what it is. But either
Uh-uh.
way, you are the paper champion because you never beat me straight up. That's
I
all
beat
I'm
you.
saying.
I beat you.
You
I
beat
ain't
me,
gonna
but
let
you
you
didn't
do
beat me
that.
straight
I
up.
beat you. I
So
no.
so so now
Hell
me now
no.
me pulling up on you, Claymore and you and stomping your head in. It is what it is. Karma.
No, that's a sore loser. That's not karma because Damien never did anything to him intentionally to receive karma. We were in a match. We were in a match. I didn't screw you. You had issue with CM Punk already. He screwed you. And guess what? I'ma still get my win because you should never had issues with him to even have a fake referee come down here. That has nothing to do with me. That's you. That's your karma. So
Sure.
get on someone, go deal with that. No.
So and then
Damian, Damian Priest is an innocent bystander. Drew McIntyre is a crybaby and a sore loser. He's been that ever since CM Punk's return. He's been there with Seth Rollins, all of that. Anybody he's up against ever since the bloodline, and he still want to hold on to that. Sami Zayn and all of them. But they was trying to be no, I don't want to be friends with Jey Uso. He's a bitter man. He's good looking, he's great in the ring. I love Drew. But at the same time, you are such a freaking baby. He's a baby. He got beef with everybody. Think
Drew.
about it. Everybody he got beef with. He had beef with Jey Uso. You got beef with Sami Zayn. You got beef with Seth Rollins. He had beef with every single person, and it's like, dude, it's you.
Drew did
You're the
nothing
problem.
wrong.
Drew even got beef with the commentators. It's you, Drew. It's you. It is you.
Drew did
Drew
nothing
is a big
wrong.
old baby. Yes, he
But
did.
speaking of karma, right after this we had Carmelo Hayes and Randy Orton. Match was always solid as Carmelo does. I am liking him a little bit more. Uh,
Okay.
but you know, it's a long hill to get up.
It's a
Randy
long
and
hill to get up for
Randy
sure.
wins, and then KO shows up, and they have a little They have a little fight,
Oh, KO's a
and
punk. He's a punk.
oh my
He is a
god,
witch
every character I
with a
like you
beard.
have a problem with, except for Jacob.
No, and you know it was crazy. And I told
But
you I like
but
this version of Kevin
but
Owens, but he should have just left there and let Carmelo get his punt kick. That's what I'm mad at. Why would
yeah,
you pull him? You
yeah.
little punk.
That is the thing. I am kind of rooting for Randy in this because I
The
want
old Randy's coming
evil
back.
Randy back. I want evil Randy back. I'm not
Yes,
gonna lie to you.
and
I
you
want
can see it. He was trying to be nice in the ring, and he hit that
twice.
RKO on that man. That man went directly on his head. It was like I tried to shake your hand. I tried to be nice. I
You
tried
did
to
me
do it
dirty. You
twice.
did me dirty at the beginning, and then at the end, I tried to be
Yeah,
respectful,
yeah. To be like, you know what?
then you
Good
mush
luck.
me, and then I RKO you, and now I'm finna take your head off. This Randy, I want old Randy back because I know if we get old Randy back, I want to see him go up against John Cena.
Yeah, yes. That's where I'm headed. That's to me the end all be all. I know they're not gonna give us that gold match just yet. I thought they would, but he got to get the title. He got to get past Cody and all them shenanigans. At some point, it's like how does Randy fall into this with Cody Rhodes because Randy is Cody's mentor. So it's like, how does that happen if he turns to evil Randy again? Clearly, Cody ain't evil Cody like he was when they were together in the group Legacy. So I kind of have to part ways with you too. Now, when that happens, are we going to have evil versus evil? This heel
I
John
think
versus this
I
evil Randy, or is Randy going to be like a Triple H? I'm a bad guy, but at the same time, I'm in the middle.
I think
I'm bad, but I'm good.
we can play it with Randy being a tweener. I think we can play it that way. Because
Hmm.
we still love Randy. Like there's no way around it. We still love him. So if he goes up against John and John's gonna get 17, no question about it because it just
For
has to
sure.
happen. He's gonna hold it for a
Yep.
little bit, and him and Cody are going to go up against each other probably at Backlash to get the lick back. And if that's the
Hmm.
case, then if John takes it at Backlash, then it can be him and Randy.
Yep.
But um, because Randy got to take that title back off him because John has other things to do in Hollywood, so he can't just be there all the time.
Mhm.
So somebody's going to have to take the title off him, and I want Randy to take the title off of him. Um, because I don't see John Cena after Backlash. Maybe he shows up at SummerSlam, but I don't see him coming back until then because I know this is the last year, but he's not going to be there consistently. We know this.
Who, John?
Yeah, John.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Um, but man, if he takes the title, then that means, like how how is he supposed to defend it? When is he supposed to defend it?
That's what I'm
If he
saying.
takes the title,
That's what I'm saying.
so
Like, just give it back. Let Randy take it off of him, and then we get the Cody versus Randy match where you get what you wanted.
yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
I figured that. Gunther beat Axiom. I didn't give a damn about that match.
It was cool to see Axiom on the main roster, especially in Barcelona, Spain. Another thing that did happen, like you said, but I ain't gonna lie though, that was a hell of a match. I'll give it that. That was a really good match. Um, Lillian Garcia announced that was her last SmackDown full time. She is gone now. She will only be doing certain events. She will be there for all of the Saturday night live main events. She will be announcing those and up and coming things in the future, but she's no longer a full time announcer. Not sure who we're going to get. I would rather us get the gentleman from NXT rather than that Alicia character because I don't like her. She sucks. Yeah, just gonna put that out there. She takes too long to announce people. Everything is always raspy and harsh, and it's like I'm gonna need you to stop. Samantha had character with her announcements, and I love that. Um,
Yeah.
they need to give her whatever she wants and just bring it back. 'Cause it ain't been the same since. No one will ever introduce Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Chelsea Green, Jay and Jimmy Uso, Jacob, Solo. No one will ever announce them the way that she does.
Yeah, Samantha was. She was it. Like
A
she was
gem.
it.
She was it. She was it, man. I feel like we haven't had because for years after Lillian left, they gave us these other people. We had what's my boy? What's my boy? Bray Wyatt's wife, JoJo.
Hmm. Oh.
Pretty voice. She was an announcer for some time. She was really young when she was announcing. I remember she had some issues with like trying to remember certain superstars like their hometowns and their weights and all of that stuff. Um, and she ended up getting with Bray, and she ended up. I think they let her go from some time. She was okay. There was so much comparison to Lillian because Lillian was such a vet, and it was like, okay, who's going to step in? And Samantha came in and blew the house down. I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I'm like, what? Just announce regular. But then I started to fall in love with her. Like, okay, she's bringing character to their character. Like Chelsea Green,
Y'all could have just let this
it'll
woman
never
be.
be announced.
Y'all could have just let this woman be Ricochet's manager. That's literally it. Y'all could have had her do double work. Like she literally could have been. I'll be the ring announcer, and then when Ricochet comes out, she's his
I would
personal
have
ring
loved
announcer. She comes into the ring for him, like, and then she
that.
manages
Would have
him.
been so perfect, especially with Ricochet right now being a heel over at AEW. I would have been cool. I believe Samantha could have played that character as well. Like you said, she could have been announced to other people, but then she comes into the ring for him. She's not gonna and she gives him a spectacular announcement. She puts it down and she's helping him win. She's cheating to win. She's doing all of that. She's calling out sometimes, telling the timekeeper, ring the bell. Like, announce a disqualification. They just like, what? No one happened, and they just, stuff like that. They could have played on that so many different
Exactly.
ways.
Should have could have been perfectly done. Y'all would have still
Yeah,
had her. Y'all would have still been making money because people loved her. People would have been tuning in to see her. Y'all fumbled.
and
Y'all fumbled the
Ricochet's a
bag.
great competitor.
Y'all fumbled the bag.
Ricochet's a great competitor too. I'll give him that. He's always puts on a great match. I
And
believe that
honestly,
him.
he's
He's
better off in
perfect.
AEW where he's at right now because his character work is coming along better instead of him just
Yeah,
being the flippy guy that didn't talk and had no.
but like you said, I believe they would have put him. put her with him, that would have boosted his character a little bit.
It could
So
have.
it could have, it could have worked that way, especially if they turned him heel.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
what could have been. So then we
yeah, what
had
could have
Paul
been.
Heyman come out, do what he does naturally, be an amazing Paul Heyman, and basically say Roman's going to be here next week to address everything that's going to
Oh,
be.
fans didn't like that. They booed that. They did not like that. And I get it. I get it. Because when you see Paul Heyman, you think Roman Reigns is coming, and it's like, Paul, what the heck? Like, what is this? I ain't gonna lie. I was looking for more. I was looking for a little bit more. I mean, he's talking about Roman being on the cover of 2K25. That's wonderful. Um,
We want to see Roman,
and
but
you need to
the
talk
thing
about what
is,
happened, and
we
you're
can't
still not addressing it.
we the
You
thing
need
is
to
you
be
can't give
addressing
everybody
what you did.
you can't give everything to everybody all at once because we still again this is the home stretch to WrestleMania. We got weeks before WrestleMania is a thing. Normally it's just
Hmm.
3 to 4 weeks, and we got to get through that to get to the next pay per view or PLE,
Hmm.
whatever they want to call it.
Yeah.
So they got to stretch some stuff out, and it's gonna be a slog, but we gonna get some fire, and we have been getting some fire. Um,
Yeah.
so after that main event, I was thoroughly spoiled before it even happened.
I
But
was too, but I didn't want to believe that I was. I was like, okay, what is this? Y'all making it up. I hurried up, I looked at it, and I scrolled right past it. And still, I was like, if that's the outcome, about damn time. I'm happy with it. And it didn't make me not want to watch the match. I definitely want to see
oh,
how they
absolutely,
get there.
exactly,
So after seeing that match, man, our boys have finally regained their tag team
and
championships
they
after
were
4 years.
phenomenal. They did
Oh, they were the
great.
bomb. All of them did. All of them did. Shout out to DIY. They did amazing. With
Now
even
break
holding
up.
the titles the
Now
way
break
that
up.
they
Y'all can finally break up.
stop, stop. Let me get them their props. They did their thing as far as where they took the tag titles this go around and with their infamous heel turn.
And if I
Johnny
can,
Gargano, he definitely had fans in shock, and I'm glad because it just saw him in a different light. You saw with Ciampa already brewing and Johnny looking like the good guy, but whole time Johnny is the mastermind. I love it with the guy that plays the good guy, and you think that the bad guy is the mastermind, but whole time it was Johnny. I love that. So
that's
that
fair.
whole him motor machine guns, that was great.
If I can
But
just
right now
interject,
is
if I can interject real
yes,
quick, I just want to say, oh, that this tag team, the tag team at SmackDown is the only one I'm invested in. What's going on Raw, I could care less because they don't really put them out there like
I don't
that.
even know what I don't even know what's going on. Who are the champs? The War Raiders still?
Yes, the War
I
Raiders.
don't I don't I don't give a
Nobody.
damn.
It's
So
like everything on SmackDown is hyped
whew,
except for like yeah, it's just more hype on SmackDown. The tag team division is way better on SmackDown for whatever reason. I don't understand it,
for sure.
but that's where I'm more invested.
I bet if you think about it, tag teams are better over there on SmackDown. You seeing more tag team in both departments, the women's too. Um, you started to see them gunning, for more tag gold. They
That's
they
true.
made the titles relevant again. When Jade and Bianca captured those titles, they made them relevant again. Um, when DIY caught the titles and then did the heel turn, they made them relevant again. And then it's like, okay, well, who's telling the truth? They got bad guys turning good and good guys turning bad, like Pretty Deadly. You didn't know where they were in this whole ordeal. Um, and now they're semi good guys. Fans are starting to rock with them. So they have better stories with leaning up to it. Like they brought them backstage, they doing all of that for these tag titles. Like they not playing no games, and they're really putting them up there. They're bringing the tag titles to how we used to be in the Attitude Era when Matt and Jeff Hardy used to hold the titles, and you had the Dudley Boys, Edge and Christian, and they fighting like crazy. And it's like, no, man, like this division is is like the best division. I mean, you got the heavyweight title. We gonna make these top notch, and I love that for them. Raw definitely got some stepping up to do because I ain't thinking about no War Raiders. Every time they come out, I go make a sandwich. Like I ain't thinking about them. Like they not interesting
Yeah, like none of the tag teams on
at
Raw
all.
are interesting. Like even the
I'm
Judgment Day.
trying to
Like I
remember
don't even want to see
which
them.
tag
I
teams
don't
are
want to
on
see them with the
Raw.
tag team going. I want them to go ahead and break up. I want if the Judgment Day break up, right? Excuse me. If the Judgment Day break up, I want it to be Liv, Dominic, Raquel, and Carlito. They go off and start doing their own thing. I want JD and Finn to go off on they and do their own thing. Um,
Hmm.
if they even want to make a stable out of that, they could add Lyra Valkyria to it. You know, we got all. I want to say Lyra Valkyria is also Irish. But have that be a faction
Mm.
over there. Then you got Liv, Raquel, Carlito, and Dominic over there. They could still be the
Hmm.
Judgment Day. No, actually, give Finn the Judgment Day name, but give Dominic and them their own thing. And then they
Hmm.
go at it for a bit, and then one of them gets the tag team titles because at this point, make the tag team titles matter on Raw, because they don't.
They really don't. I don't even. I can't even tell you the tag teams on Raw. I can't even think of it off my head. Who are the tag? Who's tag team over there? Besides the
Yeah, I
Judgment
mean,
Day.
we got Judgment Day, we got War Raiders, we got the Alpha, the American Made. Um,
Oh yeah. I'm not
see
gonna
how you just said,
lie.
oh yeah,
I had to really think about it. And then I thought about they did. Those were the last people that the War Raiders fought, and I was rooting for them. I really did want American Made to win because they're good.
yeah.
They're really good. I like the two brothers before they even got with Chad. Like I thought they were really good, and now that Chad put that time, that um I don't want to say timestamp on them, but pretty much was, like this is what I need y'all to do while I'm out trying to, do this whole luchador thing. You guys need to bring back gold. That match was amazing, and I really feel like they definitely should have won.
Yeah.
Um,
So okay,
but
but to
yeah,
continue the list, we got them, we got LWO, which again I could care less about. See how
you
you
right
just
about them
yawn
too.
like that? See how you just yawn like that? Exactly. Um,
Yeah, really interesting. I thought
and
Ray was gonna
then
leave them. I
and
thought they
then
were gonna turn on Ray.
the New Day are there, but
Oh yeah,
I feel
New Day.
like they
I forget
fizzled
about them.
out in that whole little you dig like they turned on Big E, and then after that it just kind of fizzled out. Like y'all are just the bad guys now, but y'all ain't really doing nothing. Y'all ain't making no moves to get anywhere.
Because they were pretty much getting dominant status as far as not being able to talk. Okay, well now y'all can talk on the microphone a little bit, and I feel like they really need to. If y'all gonna milk them being a heel, and you never thought they were pretty much the John Cena of the tag team division. Y'all were fun. The crowd loved you. All of that. Now you're a heel. WWE, what are y'all doing? This is the perfect opportunity. Y'all gave them new music, attitude. Give them the titles next. Give them the titles next. I'll be cool with that. Do they have the
If they
titles
do
over
that,
here?
if they do that, I'll be cool because they definitely beat LWO if I remember
Yeah,
correctly. Yeah.
I'm completely fine with them having the titles. Um, that'll be great if they ever wanted to, which they might do. I don't know. Um, unify them again. I would love to
Yes,
see
that
the
if
Street
that was the
Profits
case,
against the New Day. That would be a bomb match.
if
That would
that's
be
the case,
cold.
if the New Day did that and then they went to NXT and they took their titles too, that would be great because and then the tag team division just goes on all three shows like they did when Bianca and Jade or Bianca and Naomi were tag team champions. They just went across
Well,
all three shows.
that would be a little different, only because there's only one tag team titles as far as with the women. You can't do that if you have, a tag team champions over here and over there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it
Like
could
that's
be
why you
on
when you
both
said unify
rosters.
them, that's what I'm saying. Like have one tag team division for and all across the entire three shows.
But that's three titles that they are holding. I don't want to see that. That's just too much. That's doing too much. They got the
That's why
NXT,
I said
SmackDown, and the
unify
Raw.
them and make it one title. One tag team has one title, and they're the champion of all three shows in that tag team division. So the tag team division can like swap out and go to different shows and compete there, like Bianca and Naomi were doing.
Okay,
And that's what they
but
need to do.
no,
That's what they need to do for the
because
tag teams because I feel like if they do that, that gives more people time to, you know,
but are you
take in
saying
the people.
unify? and also unify the NXT title in that as well?
Yeah,
No.
that's what they did
Why
with the
would you do
women's
that?
titles, I think,
No,
because
they
the
did
women
it,
don't have a tag team championship.
but they didn't unify it. But it was like, but you could say the same with the world heavyweight or the women's NXT champion. It's like, no, NXT has their own belts. You have an opportunity. We come over here, you guys give you guys opportunities to face us until you can beat us and become a main roster superstar. But I don't want to take the NXT title because, like I said, nothing against NXT, but they're like a developmental company, and I don't want to take your title because I know I can. You want to get to my status. You can try to take mine, but I don't. I've had yours. I don't want that. Now I'll take the SmackDown again. This main roster stuff. Y'all trying to get to the main roster. We'll come over there and give y'all opportunities. Y'all can face us at pay-per-views to try to take the titles. But
But
picking your
think
title and
of it
putting
like
them in,
that's their way into getting into the main. If that's one of the ways to get into the main roster,
yeah, but I don't have to take the tag team titles from over there. Like if I unify SmackDown and Raw's tag team titles, and we're the champs of the main roster, we the talk of the town right now, and we come over to NXT to talk that mess, and who y'all best tag team? Bring them out here, and y'all want to face us to take those titles, and that's your way of trying to get on main roster. But as far as me trying to take the NXT tag titles, that's beneath me. I don't
that's
have to do that.
if you say so. I just think that personally, it'd be a better opportunity for them to showcase all the people that are either in a tag team or people that should be ready to move up to the main roster. Put them in a tag team and then just have, the tag team go across all three shows so that you can see
That's just
the
a
different people that show up.
Yeah, but that's just a lot because there's so many groups on NXT.
That's true.
Like so many factions and groups. So that's just a lot. That's why I say to come there and y'all beefing with certain people like how Jada Bianca they had issues with Lash and Jakara.
Yeah.
It's like, we got a feud that we feuding with, but we ain't feud with everybody.
Right.
That's a
That's
lot
it.
of tag team division
But I'm
to be
saying
trying to beat.
if it could be something like that, then I would say do it because they don't have a lot
Hmm.
of championships, but like the
Hmm.
the women tag team championships being on all three shows more or less because they don't have one in NXT.
Uh-huh.
Um, I feel like it could work the same way for the tag team championships in the men division because, like we just said, nobody cares about the Raws. SmackDown, we care because the story is phenomenal over there, but like otherwise we don't really care. So we might as well do something to make people care,
Yeah. Yeah, I
and
feel
then
that.
still
Yeah.
keep all the regular championships. The Intercontinental, the United States, the World Heavyweight, the Undisputed. Keep that the way it is, but the tag team championships, let that be able to be showcased on all three shows, so you can showcase different people.
Hmm.
But that's just what I think.
Okay, okay.
And with that being said, that's all we done went through. Unless you want to bring up something, talk about what could happen tomorrow on Raw, or
I'm just ready for tomorrow. I'm so ready. My man is coming. I cannot wait to see the bombs he is going to drop. Don't know if he's going to come along or if he's going to bring the final boss with him. We don't know. Just please don't bring Travis Scott. Leave his behind at home, please.
please.
Um, we beg of you. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next with Rhea and Io because I know that slap is going to get addressed.
It has to be.
Um, We also have, I believe, tomorrow there is Dakota Kai. She has a match tomorrow against Lyra Valkyria. Can't wait to
Again?
see that match because yeah, they fighting again.
Why are we doing this again?
I mean, not Lyra. My apologies. Ivy Nile. She's
Oh,
fighting against Ivy Nile. Yeah. Can't wait to see what's going to happen with that. I think Raquel's title match is tomorrow night, if I'm not
then that's who she's
mistaken.
fighting. Because
Yes, that's who Lyra's fighting.
okay, well that should be
Yeah.
interesting, and
It
hopefully,
should be interesting. I believe Lyra's about to get thrown around like a rag doll. She's going to hit some high flying moves. You know the Judgment Day is going to interfere.
obviously.
Um, we'll see. I'm looking forward to hoping that Raquel is on top and she wins. Um, I just wish that they would do Raw like SmackDown. You guys are on Netflix. You don't have a time limit. Why do you guys keep giving us an hour and a half shows? What is this? Like,
Yeah, just give us the full 3 hours.
Just give us the full 3 hours. I mean, y'all not even really, excuse me, giving 2 hours. Like this is crazy. Like a full 2 hours. Like because SmackDown is giving three. So I'm not understanding what is
And
going
SmackDown
on.
feels like it's been cooking. Like it's been cooking a little bit more than Raw.
Huh. It
And
is.
and honestly,
Definitely is.
that's what people have been saying. At least people that I watch or read stuff about, they say that whenever the show is like 3 hours long, it gives more time to have stories build, stretch things out, let things be showcased and seen. Whereas if
Hmm.
you have for 2 hours, you gotta cut to the chase consistently. So that's what y'all doing on Raw, and y'all really shouldn't have to, considering it's a streaming service, and y'all should have them all the time in the world.
I don't understand it either because y'all did more when y'all were on USA Network than y'all doing right now. I mean, I'll just be feeling like it's just be over so quick and I don't like that. I can't wait to see Seth Rollins and CM Punk addressing what happened. Hopefully we can get some words from CM Punk about his relationship and what this favor is going to be because we still do not know
It's
as
about
far
time
as
to
him
tell
and
us.
Paul
It's about
Heyman.
time. It's about
It's
time to
about
tell us.
time to tell us because we want to know. Everyone keeps asking. I thought Paul was going to say it on Friday. He still has not talked about it. When are we going to know? Because clearly Paul was saying something to him in the ring and we still don't know. And I look at it like CM Punk, you can't get mad for Roman attacking you because again, you made it personal. He never had a personal issue with you. He said at the Royal Rumble when CM Punk eliminated both him and Seth Rollins, we were just with each other at War Games a month ago. Like, what do you, out of anybody you could have threw out of the ring, you could have threw anybody out. We don't have any issues. But now look, you threw us out, and now Logan Paul threw you out. So now all three of us, ain't none of us going to WrestleMania. So it's like, what is the problem? And then you think you about to be sitting here, and my wise man owes you a favor, and you think he about to console you? No, you got something. You got another thing coming, buddy. No.
Yep.
So I know CM Punk's going to have some words for that, but I feel like just like Seth Rollins, karma's a bitch. You should have stayed in your lane. You should have managed your business. CM Punk, you had issues with Seth. You should have threw Seth out. You ain't got no problems with me, so why would you do that? But now I'm gonna make this into a problem. Like you said on your first night back on Raw, you mentioned Roman Reigns and you said you would see me down the road when I was here. So
Yep.
now they gotta build. They gotta build for this match at WrestleMania.
And I
Like this
told
is
you this was going to be the
you
match.
did.
When you were pissed,
You
when you
did.
were pissed, I was
You
like,
did.
this is going to be what's happening. And it's happening.
You did. You did. And it's happening. And I thought this is perfect because now there's no love lost between any of them. Now we all got beef with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, ooh, I just can't wait. I know we might, I don't know, we might see Rowan tomorrow. We didn't think he was going to see him last week. We might see him. You
We
never
might as
know.
well. I mean, somebody
Might
said
as well.
somebody said Roman ran out of PTO.
You got to chill. You got to chill. Leave my tribal chief alone. Okay? That man got a whole lot of kids that he's dealing with. Two sets
So
of twins. Leave that man alone.
yeah.
But,
So
who's going to come out first?
we know CM Punk's gonna come out first. If it's not him, it's going to be
Is
Seth.
he? Oh yeah, it gotta be Seth. It has to be Seth because CM Punk already came out first the week before because of Seth. It gotta be Seth this time because he was the main because Roman's intentions was to come here to attack Seth. It wasn't to attack CM Punk. You only
Right.
attacked him because you cozied up with my wise man. Get off of him. So yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
can't wait
Seth
to see
Seth
what's
gonna come
going on
out,
with
try to
this.
come out with some half baked. I don't understand why you're in my business or why you even came out here. Like, well, you know why he came out
Mm,
here. You you
you know
you
why
you
here
you
you
tried to
go.
you gave him a concussion, Seth. What else was he supposed to do? So
Seth the victim. He loves to play the victim.
with that being said, that
Hmm.
has been LCW Lights Camera Wrestling. I have been Oz the Alchemist,
And I have been Miss Lola.
and you can find us on Instagram, TikTok, eventually Facebook, um, all under Lights Camera Wrestling, except for
Yes.
Instagram, which is LCW Pod. So
Yes.
thank you for watching.
YouTube and YouTube.
Well, obviously we on YouTube.
Subscribe. Well, I know that, but I need them to start sharing it and them to know
Subscribe,
when they watch this
please.
video. Please
Like it,
subscribe.
comment,
Yes,
help us
yes.
out.
'Cause
Let
One
us grow.
click, one
We trying to be
yes.
we trying to get up there with other people. We trying to be on we trying to be on WWE like everybody else be. Like when we get reactions and stuff. We trying to be on there like Mini
Man,
Portable in them. So come on now.
I'm trying to
So
have subscribers like Live TV. Let's go.
so with that being said, we'll see y'all later.